UFC Paris just wrapped up, and Nasruddin Imavov solidified himself as possibly the #1 contender by beating Kyle Bahayo by unanimous decision. And Mauricio Rufy got fucking fraud checked, and it was depressing. But if you watch my last video, I was pretty much spot on with how Imavov and Kyle would go. Completely wrong about Rufy. But talking about the main event first, I predicted Imavov would win by unanimous decision, and that's what happened. I thought that Kyle wouldn't be ready for the hands of Imavov and his boxing in the pocket and everything, and that's what I talked about in my last video, and that's exactly what happened. He just wasn't able to. They even said Imavov's coaches were saying that he couldn't counter, which that was true. He would just kind of shell up, and he didn't really know how to handle the speed and, technicality of Imavov, which I also said that too. That, like, Kyle doesn't really counter. He'll do that sort of a form of a Philly shell to kind of just cover up. And so yeah, that's pretty much what happened. He had a few. I honestly thought that 50-45 was crazy. The fact that they didn't give him one round, or one judge didn't give him a round. But I thought the right scorecard was 49-46. Kyle did better in the fifth, but I still thought Imavov won it. So yeah, Kyle just struggled to really, match the technicality of Imavov, and you could tell that it was somewhat similar to Ian Gary and Carlos Prates, where they really just didn't know they just didn't know how to handle the pressure and the skill level of the guys that they were facing. So yeah, Fighting Nerds got fraud checked a little bit tonight. And it's good for Imavov. He's going to be the next title challenger, maybe, or at least he should be. But I still think he has absolutely no chance against Khamzat. Then we go to BST and Rufy, which I was all over Rufy, saying that, he was going to starch BST in the first round. And it's just, I genuinely did not expect Rufy's grappling to be that bad. Because you've seen with other Fighting Nerds, like even Prates, every time Ian Gary, which I know Ian Gary isn't necessarily the same level as BST in the grappling, but Ian Gary shot on Prates like quite a bit throughout their fight, and Prates was able to stuff every takedown, even reverse some positions. And then you even saw John Silva, where Bryce Mitchell was trying to take him down, and he pretty much stuffed every takedown and locked up a submission to win it. So I kind of thought that sort of that like gym or whatever would be able to help him prepare for the grappling of BSD. And it'd be one of those scenarios where his grappling is better than people thought. So that's what I was kind of expecting. And I also thought it would be a complete mismatch on the feet, which it just wasn't. Which I think Rufy did maybe land. I thought he landed a good knee, and that's basically it. But yeah, BSD just pressured him and basically made him really hesitant. And then when he did take him down, it was a complete mismatch on the ground. So yeah, I just didn't expect Rufy to be that incompetent on the ground. It was honestly shocking to me. But yeah, it's funny because then BSD goes and gets ragdolled by Moicano, and MMA math just doesn't add up. It's all weird. But huge win for BSD. He'll probably fight somebody now again in the top 10. I wouldn't say top 5 yet, but maybe Gamrot. A fight with Gamrot I think would be perfect. So yeah, but then overall with the card was great. I mean, I think 1 or 2 decisions the entire card. So fight nights usually deliver, actually, more than pay-per-views, I think. But yeah, that's recapping really the main and co-main event. UFC Paris went 1 for 2, pretty much word for word. Imavov and Kai went as I expected, but I completely missed with Rufy. So yeah, see you guys later. We'll break down more fights.